Welcome back to another immaculate grid. This one looks okay. Not the best, but I was scrolling through all of these and I just picked a random one. And so 95 it is. So let's do 40 homer season. Rogers Hornsby, 3%. See how many people. So this is before people, I guess, like, there was a give up button, so you had to, like, guess one to give up. Well, you had to make 9 guesses, and then you could finish. But, so this is the better distribution curve that I like to see. 33% got Rockies and Tigers. They must not know Jeff Baker. 0.5%. Who would be the Rockies and Tigers guy? Who would be the Rockies and Tigers guy? You know what? I don't know. But I do know that Lance Painter played for the Rockies and Cardinals, 0.2%. And Chris Nelson played for the Rockies and Yankees, 0.04%. .40 homers for the Tigers. Rocky Colavito, 0.9%. And then Yankees 40 homers. There's a lot of guys you can go. I mean, I guess I'll go with Joe DiMaggio. He only hit 40 homers once. 2% in 1937. 46 homers. And 167 RBIs in 151 games. Yeah, that was two things. One, Joe DiMaggio was really good. And two, the state of the American League at the time. 5.2 runs per game. And, let's see, this year, the average team is scoring 4.32 runs per game. So, and the Orioles and Guardians are the best with 5.1 runs per game, which is lower than the average team scored in the American League. So, I mean, 30s American League, you see a lot of times you see like these stats online. It's like players with 400 total bases, and all of them are like the American League in the 30s. Babe Ruth and National League in 1929 and 1930. And maybe some guys from the steroid era. The American League in the 1930s, take those stats with a grain of salt because they're not as, 150 RBIs in 1936 in the American League is probably the same as 115 today. But let's exit out of this crap. A's and Tigers. Earl Averill, 0.07. Can't believe I'm using 3 Hall of Famers in this grid. Obviously Hornsby and DiMaggio, but Earl Averill's in the Hall of Fame as well. And then, let's see, Braves and Cardinals. Ed Konichi, I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not entirely, I've seen people, or not really seen, I've heard people pronounce it Konichi, which seems like it could be right. But, the first time I ever thought of saying his name, I said Konichi. So that's what I'm going to stick with. And then Braves and Yankees. 1914 Miracle Brave. George Davis, Rarity score of 7. That's always good when the Rockies are involved, because they're a team I don't really know. Only 55 players have played for the Rockies and Tigers. C.J. Crone, okay, I was not coming up with that. See why only 33% of people got that. But these two are probably the best guess you can have. So 7 might be the best score possible in this one.